Thank you.
More than thrilled to honor another outstanding Hall of Fame class. Before we get started with the inductions, please join me in welcoming UTEP President Dr. Heather Wilson and her husband Jay. Dr. Wilson and Jay, please stand. Dr. Wilson has been so supportive of our athletic program. We see her at all of our athletic events, and we are so grateful for her leadership. Thank you, President Wilson and Jay, for being a part of this very special evening. Last year, for those of you that follow it closely, it was a banner year for UTEP athletics. The football team posted a winning season and played in a bowl game for the first time in 7 years. The volleyball team had achieved the best record in program history and reached the postseason for the very first time. The men's basketball team won 20 games under the direction of first-year head coach Joe Golding. And just as importantly, off the field, a school record 207 UTEP student athletes made the Conference USA Commissioner's academic honor roll for posting grade point averages of 3.0 or better. Yes. This year, our 915 campaign has rallied the community around UTEP athletics as the football season opener produced the first sellout crowd in the Sun Bowl in 14 years. Much more excitement is on the way under the direction of this gentleman. Would you please join me in welcoming UTEP Vice President and Director of Athletics, Jim Center.
Hey, we're delighted that everybody's here tonight. Thank you for joining us. It's always a treat. This is one of the most special events that I believe we do. We have two. We have one where we honor our student athletes at the end of the semester, like late April, early May, and then we have our Hall of Fame event. Because it's really a testament to what people have done and accomplished before. And then we see our student athletes that are coming after each of you. And it's really special. We're delighted that you're here. This is about our inductees tonight. We're thrilled that you made time in your schedule. We have a lot of people travel a lot of distances. And obviously, I know we're inducting two folks posthumously, but you guys are in the memory making business. If you think about what you've done as student athletes here, and the lives that you touched, the memories that you made, it really is special. So we're delighted to be able to honor you. I'd like to say a special thanks to our Hall of Fame committee who worked really, really hard trying to narrow a big pool of potential nominees down to a very, very small select few every single year. They do a lot of work and put a lot of time and effort, take it very, very seriously. So thank you to each of our Hall of Fame committee members. I'd like to thank our staff, but most of all, I'd like to thank our Hall of Fame nominees and the award winners that are going to be inducted tonight for being here and allowing us to honor you. So with that, let's get started. Go Miners!
Thank you, Jim. And following up on Jim's comments, again, as I mentioned, we've been doing this for 19 years. I think this is going to wind up as one of the very best of the induction ceremonies we've had, and it's all due to you. Great turnout tonight. We're here early. We're obviously energized and ready to go. How about giving yourselves a hand tonight? Again, as we've talked about, UTEP boasts a proud athletics tradition. The Miners have captured 21 NC2A team national titles, including the historic 1966 men's basketball championship. UTEP has also won 20 national titles in men's cross country and track and field. For over 100 years, UTEP has built a storied athletics legacy around All-Americans, Olympians, and world record holders. In 2002, the UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame was formed. We have made some serious headway in terms of honoring the most prolific teams and individuals in school history, but once again, as the quality of tonight's group attests, we're just getting started. Just getting started. We're paying tribute to the Miners' very best and brightest. Again, echoing Jim's statements, we would like to recognize the Athletics Hall of Fame Committee for all of the work that they put into this year's class. With all the committee members, UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame Committee members, would you please stand to be acknowledged? Please stand. UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2022. For the first time in 3 years, we are inducting a member of our storied track and field program into the UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame. And this year, we have 2 inductees from this proud program. The first is being honored posthumously. He was a 2-time NC2A champion in 1972, a 6-time All-American, and one of the greatest all-around athletes in school history. Please direct your attention to the video screen.
Standing 6'5", Freddie Bernardi had the work ethic to match his imposing frame. He was a monster on the football field at Hart High School in Santa Clarita, California, playing on both the offensive and defensive lines, while also kicking and punting. Well, ultimately, track and field was the sport in which he excelled the most. DiBernardi's specialty was the shot put and discus, but possessing unique speed for his size, he also ran. In 1967, he captured the CIF title in the discus. After spending a semester and a half at Glendale City College, he transferred to the University of Texas at El Paso to join a track and field program on the rise. DiBernardi also walked on to the minor football team, playing for 1 season before deciding to focus solely on what he did best. He won the NC2A championship in the shot put and discus outdoors in 1972. He never finished lower than 3rd in either event at the NC2A outdoors, taking 2nd in the discus in 1970 and 1971, and 3rd in the shot put in 1971. DiBernardi also captured the silver medal in the shot put in the 1972 NC2A indoors. A 6-time All-American, DiBernardi was also a combined 5-time Western Athletic Conference champion. DiBernardi set an NC2A indoor record in the shot put, and his mark of 67 feet 9 3/4 still stands as the UTEP record. He later became the 5th American to break the 70-foot mark and earned a spot on the 1972 USA track and field team. Possessing 4.6 speed in the 40-yard dash despite carrying 275 pounds, DiBernardi earned his name called by the Baltimore Colts in the 1972 NFL Draft. And for the next few years, he split his talents between pro football and track and field. Fred DiBernardi passed away in 2020, but his legacy lives on as one of the most decorated throwers in UTEP history.
We have several members of the DiBernardi family in attendance tonight. Would you please stand? Fred's daughter, Christy DiBernardi McKinstry, is here tonight. His granddaughters, Taylor Walker and Tessa Walker, are here. Let's give them a hand once again. Christy, would you join us at the podium to accept the pendant in Fred's honor? is here tonight, and he himself is a UTEP Athletics Hall of Famer. J.J. Jackson, would you join us to speak on Fred's behalf?
I wear these now. Just a bit. First, I would like to say that I'm happy to be here. I've been here on a couple of other occasions, having the opportunity to be part of something greater than I expected in my whole life, being an athlete here at UTEP. I just want to say one thing about my buddy. He and I spent a great deal of time together in the beginning process. We were reunited after Wayne Vandenberg's team met here with about 70 or 80 of our athletes that had participated in track and field over a period of time from the 60s to the 70s. And I want to give Wayne a round of applause because he was able to pick people out and tell them he wanted to come to UTEP and be on our track team. And he had talent. Wayne, would you please stand? I just want to let people know who you are. Wayne Vandenberg, ladies and gentlemen, the best track and field coach in the nation, and I'm proud of you, Wayne. I'm very privileged to be here this evening and honored to induct my friend, Fred DiBernardi, into the track, UTEP, and football Hall of Fame. And I say that because he was a very large human being that was very great in athletics and sport. Teasingly, he outweighed me in a 100-yard dash once, and I didn't like that because he weighed 292 and I weighed a wet 180. I'm going to tell you a quick story that's funny, and I hope you can listen to this and understand why I call him the big guy. We were at a track meet in the Western Athletic Conference, and I remember this like it was yesterday. Fred left the room because it was a room where we had food, and Mike Larrabee from the Adidas left shoes and a couple of other things for everyone to pick up. Fred came back and knocked on the door, and he said, "Open the door." We said, "No." And we thought none of it because we locked the door, he couldn't get in. A few minutes later, the door fell forward with a couple of athletes behind the door, and he walked in, and he was very angry. And the first thing I did, I said, "Fred, it wasn't me." And he started laughing. So I put my heart back in my chest, and I realized I had just escaped from being knocked through a wall. So just wanted to share with you, that was the kind of guy Fred was. I want to honor Fred's family as well, because I've got to know them in the last couple of months, and they were fantastic. Fred loved his family very, very much. And such a wonderful family. I love you guys. I'm part of your family now. Fred was my friend. He was from another mother, but he was my brother. Tonight we're going to celebrate Fred, and we're going to understand why he was so unique. I think that accomplished feats that left people scratching their heads because no one else could do what Fred did. He was one of 2 men that holds the NCAA record of a shot put. The other man's name was Randy Manson from Texas A&M. In the history of track and field, only 2 people have ever done this astounding thing, and that was Fred DiBernardi and Randy Manson. No other athlete has ever achieved that same goal. So that makes him very, very special. I miss Fred like I would miss my own brother. And sometimes it's been difficult for me to talk to people about Fred. because in his last moments and days of his life, I was part of that. And I love that man, like I said, like he was my brother. From 1970 to 1972, he won numerous events in track and field. He also was a tough football player. And people don't understand that Fred was a hell of a football player. But Fred got injured and decided to go to track and field. And a lot of people were not aware of that. But that's the only reason he loved football. And for a person just to do track and field for most of his time at UTEP, he still got drafted. Think about it for a moment. Who else does that? You have to have every conceivable year to do that on a regular basis. And Fred did it in impossible ways and challenges. The guy was so strong that he could take 10 guys and put on one side and say, move me, and we could not move that man. So I was frightened to say anything to him that would make him angry at me and have me, because I had to outrun him, and I didn't want to get hurt or beat up. So Fred was a person that I tell you that only people that were around him during his time at UTEP could make a hell of a difference, and that was Fred DiBernardi. Fred's strength was undeniable. There was a time that things happened when he threw the discus so far, he scared me. And he threw the shot put at an unbelievable rate, an unbelievable height. We laughed about a lot of things together. We talked about a lot of things that I can't share with you today. I made him a promise. And I will never repeat those things. I want everyone here to know one thing. I'm a little nervous because I have a heavy heart. And I've been crying for a couple of days before I even got here. I cried with Fred's family, and I'm still crying inside. So if you hear my voice tremble a little bit, it's because my heart is heavy. And looking out here, all these faces, I don't know what you're feeling in your heart or what you're thinking, but my heart is very heavy. So if you hear me tremble in my voice, it's because I love that man. So please bear with me, okay? I want you to know one thing about Fred, and he wanted me to tell you these things. That this is what Fred would say. To the living, I'm gone. To the sad, I will never return. To the angry, I was cheated. But to the happy, I'm at peace. And to the faithful, I have never left. I cannot speak, but I can listen. I cannot be seen, but my presence can be felt. I can no longer lead, but I can walk beside you. So as you stand gazing at a beautiful sunset or the moon in the endless sky, as you look and wonder at the colors of a rose or listen to the song of a bird, remember me. Remember me in your heart and your thoughts and your memories. Remember the times we loved, the times we fought, the times we laughed, and the times we cried, the times we teased, and the times we shared. Just remember me. Fred DiBernardi, I love you, brother, from another mother. God bless you.
Our second UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame inductee is also being honored posthumously. He was the leader of the Texas Western football teams late 50s and early 60s. He had an amazing minor career and really just as incredible a life as you were about to see. Please once again direct your attention to the video screen.
He was the lefty quarterback with the golden arm, but John Furman was also known for his leadership qualities and athletic versatility. A member of the Texas Western football team from 1958 through 61, Furman was an outstanding defensive player and punter, as well as ranking 6th in the NC2A in passing and total offense as a quarterback. When only a sophomore in 1959, Furman had the distinction of being voted the most valuable player in the Border Conference. He was named to the All-Conference team 3 years running and garnered All-American honors in 1961. Despite playing in an era before the passing game came in style, Furman still threw for 3,607 yards and 24 touchdowns. He also tallied 308 rushing yards and 18,700 punting yards for a personal contribution to the team of 22,615 yards. Selected in the 3rd round of the NFL draft, Furman played for both the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. When his military deferment to play pro ball ended, he was assigned to the European theater where he played Army Air Force football. Among his other awards, Furman was recipient of the Red Flame Trophy and named to Texas Western College's all-post-World War II football team. Following a 35-year career in hospital administration, Furman retired as executive vice president of the 33,000-employee Oakwood-Beaumont Healthcare System of Michigan. He received the National Labor Relations Board Award for Excellence. In 2020, he was awarded the NFL Legacy Gold Medal in celebration of his life and service. John Furman passed away in 2020, but tonight we are proud to honor a life well lived with his induction into UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame.
We are delighted that John Furman's widow, Nisha, and his son, Dr. Eric Stewart Furman, are here this evening. Let's give them a hand. Nisha, please join us for the second minute. John's honor.
So this is, for those of you who think we should probably put your these times up here so everybody can see just how really pretty these pennants and the rings are for everybody. But Nisha, I think you'll enjoy wearing this in John's honor, and we're delighted to honor him.
Here to say a few words about John Furman is UTEP Senior Associate Athletics Director, Jeff Dorman.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to speak on behalf of Nisha and her family, Dr. Eric Stewart Furman, and Elise, Sean and Brent Huff, and Kyla and Stephen Lovelace. They have asked me to preface my remarks by extending their gratitude, especially to Larry Durham and Joe Gomez for sponsoring John for this recognition. They would also like to thank the Hall of Fame nominating committee and the UTEP Athletic Department. I'm here to share a few words about John, Texas Western College's All-American nominee and NFL quarterback. Furman pioneered the passing game at UTEP and became well known for his extraordinary leadership qualities and athletic versatility. At 6'4", 200 pounds, the lanky southpaw was an outstanding defensive player and punter, as well as ranking 6th in the NC2A in passing and total offense at a time where running the football was the more prevalent offensive strategy. After a childhood in New Mexico and Colorado, John's family moved to El Paso, where he and his brother Mike attended Austin High School. John lettered in 3 sports, football, basketball, and baseball. In 1958, he earned a football scholarship at Texas Western and also played basketball his freshman year for Hall of Fame coach Don Haskins. John joined ROTC initially, he said, because he needed a monthly stipend. But soon after, he was named Cadet Co-Commander of the Corps and Distinguished Military Student. Texas Miners coach Ben Collins quickly recognized John's talents in the football field and started him at quarterback and punter during the latter part of his freshman season. Soon the power and accuracy of his passes and poise under pressure caught the attention of sports writers and professional coaches alike. Just a sophomore in 1959, Furman had the distinction of being voted by coaches as the most valuable player in the Border Conference. He also served as captain and co-captain and was named the All-Border Conference team 3 years running. John will continue to be recognized for his athletic prowess during the Texas Western College Red Flame Trophy and being named to UTEP's All-Post-World War II football team. In 1961, John married his college sweetheart, Nisha Stewart Furman, who would later return to UTEP as a professor. In his senior year, John was recruited by several NFL teams. Wally Bach, trainer and scout for the Cleveland Browns, reported Furman's college stats as 308 yards rushing, 3,607 yards passing, and 18,700 yards punting for a personal contribution to the team of 22,615 yards. That's quite a bit. Coach Paul Brown liked what he heard and selected Furman as a third-round draft choice. John accepted the Cleveland Browns offer, and after graduation, he headed to Cleveland and the National Football League. During his time with the NFL, he would also play for the Minnesota Vikings. As a commissioned Army officer, John had received a deferment to play professional football due to the Vietnam conflict. However, that deferment ended, and Furman reported active duty at Fort Bliss. There he qualified as an Army Ranger and underwent training where, as one reporter phrased it, he tossed around hand grenades instead of footballs. After assignment to the 32nd Army Air Defense Command, he was placed in charge of the Nike Missile Battalion near Kaiserslautern, Germany. By 1965, John had been promoted to captain. However, when word of John's football career got around, he was assigned to quarterback the USAEUR Army Air Force football team. During his 4 years in the military, John was awarded the National Defense Service Medal, the Ranger Tab, and the Army Commendation Medal. A knee injury while playing Army Air Force football ended John's chances of a return to the NFL. John's years in the ROTC and the military made him very appreciative of God and his country to the extent that he ingrained it in his kids. He inspected their beds every night before they went to sleep, and they did not pass unless they had military square corners. Encouraged to remain in the military, John instead chose civilian life. After a 35-year career in hospital administration, he retired as executive vice president of the 33,000 employees at Oakwood Beaumont Healthcare System of Michigan. As a healthcare administrator, he received the National Labor Relations Board Award for Excellence in Innovative Healthcare Practices. Upon retirement, John and Nisha moved to Houston, where he continued consulting. After an 8-year battle with cancer, John passed away on May 14, 2020, survived by his wife, 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Referred to by friends and business associates as a leader of men, whether on the football field, in the military, or in a corporate setting, John was respected for his strength of character and his willingness to stand up for what he believed was right. Not to be forgotten, as an outstanding athlete, John in 2020 received the NFL Legacy Gold Medal in celebration of his life and service. Please join me in a round of applause for UTEP Athletics Hall of Famer, Mr. John Furman.
Thank you, Jeff. Higgins, you always had a sense of timing. Just in time. He scored 32 touchdowns in this iconic Sun Bowl stadium over the course of his collegiate career. I was honored to describe every one of them. I can still envision the crowd erupting every time Jordan Palmer connected with him for a score. Please roll the video.
A key figure in UTEP football's resurgence under Coach Mike Price, Johnny Lee Higgins concluded his minor career as the program leader with 3,218 receiving yards and 32 touchdown catches. Higgins was a 3-sport athlete at Sweeney High School outside of Houston prior to coming to the Sun City. Following a redshirt season in 2002, Higgins got his feet wet in 2003 before emerging as a star over his final 3 years in the orange and blue. Higgins accumulated 700 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns as a sophomore and 837 yards with 9 scores as a junior. His senior campaign was one of the best in school history as he amassed 80 2006 Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Year after setting a league record with 23.4 yards per punt return. Higgins is second in school history in punt return average at 15.0, while rating third in all-purpose yards with 4,745 and tied for seventh in punt return yards with 451. He was chosen by Oakland in the third round of the 2007 NFL Draft and played 60 games in the league with the Raiders. Higgins piled up 779 receiving yards, 842 kickoff return yards, and 973 punt return yards during his pro career. During the 2008 season, he returned punts for touchdowns in back-to-back weeks that qualified the second and third longest in Raiders history. An electrifying receiver and return man, Johnny Lee Higgins now burns even brighter as a member of the UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame.
Please join us to accept your Hall of Fame ring.
Everybody doing? Before I get started, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Lord, for letting us see them. And we're about to get into it. But before, when I start, I want my sisters, my dad, my mom, stepdad, I need you to come up here. I want to say this, I definitely didn't do a lot of stuff. These are the people that got me where I needed to be. And I'm not even going to talk about myself because it's about them, honestly. And can I get a round of applause? My grandmother and grandfather. This man, this is Johnny Lee Higgins Sr. He's been tough on me the whole time. And he was a guy that enough was never enough. Like, he's one that always pushed me, like, oh, you did this, oh, you should have did this, you should have did this. He was the one that, I'm talking about, hard on me 100% of the time. And so he's the one that gave me the drive to just keep on pushing forward, pushing forward, pushing forward. No, it's never enough. Keep on going, keep on going. And so I want to thank my pops for being there for me through my whole thing. This is my mom, but I'm about to skip her right quick. I'm gonna go to my other dad. This is Robert Lee Green. When he was tough up on me and I was ready to quit, just give up and everything, he's the one that came up like, hey, you gotta keep pushing through. You gotta keep fighting. Don't let it get to you. You know your game, play your game. You know what you can do, you know what you can't do. So don't let nobody else push you out of what you can and can't do. So he was the main one that was always there with me the whole time. Now my mother. It's a firecracker right here. My mom was my biggest fan. She was, if I'm not doing good, she's on me. If I'm doing good, she's like, okay, you know, enjoy it, whatever. If I get hurt, she's over that fence coming on that field. She's been there, like I say, no matter what, she always pushed me. She called me JL, you can do this, you can push, I know you can. So don't let nobody tell you what you can and can't do, and she's always been the one that's been there with me the whole time. And so, like I said, she's one of the people that pushed me to help me go forward. My two sisters, Stephanie Higgins, Tasha Higgins. They're my older sisters. These are the only fights I lost. And it's not because I wasn't trying to hit them. It's just they just beat me up. It is what it is. No, but these two, I'm sorry, my sister. My sister Stephanie, she was the first real athlete to me. I had junior high coaches that was just like, track was a big thing. She's a runner, she's fast. So everything happens like, okay, you should be like your sister. Your sister, she runs on like, I hate running. Don't want to run. That was me. But no, it was just like, so I seen her go to state in her freshman year in the 100. And so it was just like, from then on, I'm just like, I really don't want to run, I hate running, I want to be known for something else. But she was the first athlete to me. Everybody was just, that's Steph, expecting her to win. And that's my sister, she always, like I said, she always pushed me, and she helped me too. She's always been there, and that's Stephanie Higgins. Now that last one. You think that's the firecracker? That one down there, Natasha Higgins. That's the middle child. You know what they say about middle child. But no, Tasha, she's just been there. Like, we've always been close, no matter what, through thick and thin. She's always been there, and it's just, she's that person that kind of showed me, like, hey, do what you want to do. Don't do what everybody wants you to do, but do what you want to do. And that's her, like, she went to the Army, she left me, my mom went to the Army. I thought everything was gone for me because I was used to having her there beside me. But my sister Tasha, like, she don't know how much she meant to me. I'm not gonna sit up here and cry, so I'm just get up off her right now. But no, she's done great, and she don't even know. And so I just want to let you know that you, like, you pushed a lot on me and for me. Tasha Higgins. I forgot one more person. I'm gonna call one more person up and I'm done. Can I have my girlfriend, Marisha? She left? I love her too. This is my girlfriend. I just really want everybody to see my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend, and trust me, she's been there for a while. She's been there through all my stupid stuff, good times, bad times, and like I said, she's something different. She's something special, and for me to have her up here, her mom is here, and it's just something special. As soon as they told me, they said, "Hey, you only can get 8 tickets." I'm like, okay, I got mom, grandma. I said, "Babe, you number 9." I gotta push one more out somewhere. I'm making calls, everything, but she's been with me all the time. Like, she understands everything, and I told her I need her to be here on my special night. And so, how can I make this night more special?
Our next inductee was the very first national champion in the history of the UTEP women's track and field program. You want to know what kind of an athlete she is? She competed on the Dutch and Belgian version of the TV show Survivor in 2006. 24 years following the end of her collegiate career. And at the age of 47, she finished runner-up on that series. Please direct your attention to the video screen.
Growing up in the Netherlands, Jennifer Smith was given her first pair of running shoes and a mini shot put when she was just 4 years old. She fell in love with the shot put and became a 7-time national champion in her home country. Smith also held the junior under 18 record in the event. She was recruited to UTEP along with fellow countrywoman Rhea Stallman by Coach Ted McLaughlin. In 1978, she became the first national champion in UTEP women's track and field history. Smith was a double winner, taking first place in the shot put in both the FC2A indoor and outdoor meet. In 1980, midway through her UTEP career, Smith played a major role in the
Jennifer lives in the Netherlands, was unable to join us this evening. However, she did record a video that we'd like to share with you.
Hi everybody, from Holland. It's too bad I can't be there, but I just want to say a couple of things to you, and thank you, of course, for indicting me in the Hall of Fame. It's a true honor. I came to UTEP in the fall of 1977, and it felt to me like a track and field heaven. Everything was there. The wonderful track, the great weightlifting room, the dorms, the campus, and of course the great city of El Paso. And that's now 40 years ago, yes, 40 years ago. They say time flies. It kind of looks like the speed of light if I look back at it. And now it's 2022. And I've been selected. And why have I been selected? Well, I was the first female athlete that won nationals. And this was in 1978. And I still remember that vividly also. We went to the event, and before we started the shot put, we had a lineup of all the girls that were going to participate in the lineup to introduce us to the audience. And I was by far the smallest girl, and nobody expected for me to win. But you know what, I did. And, well, I'm not going to bore you with my whole track and field career, because it wasn't all that long. I kind of got tired of fighting against all those that wanted to win no matter what, and used all these enhancing, performance-enhancing drugs. So I quit. And I stayed at UTEP. I finished my degree, and I got married to a football player. We moved to Philadelphia because of his football career, and we had a wonderful daughter, Jasmine. Our marriage didn't last, and me and Jasmine moved to the Netherlands. So when I got back in the Netherlands, I ran into my not high school sweetheart, but my track and field sweetheart. I've known him since I was 17 years old, and we got married. And we've been married now for over 26 years. We're very happy in the Netherlands. I'm working as for the government in the environmental department, and Jasmine has become a very good international lawyer for an international company. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing well, and we're happy. And there's still days that I look at my pictures, especially now that I got indicted in the Hall of Fame. So I got my pictures out from UTEP, and I'm starting to reminisce and starting to think back about the days that I was living on campus and those wonderful times that we had. The great city of El Paso, going out at night to get one of those funny square hamburgers at Wendy's, and really looking at it for a wonderful time. My parents came to El Paso. My dad was there for a couple of track meets also, so I love it. And I hope that one day I will be able to come and see myself in the Hall of Fame. That would be wonderful. So again, it leaves me to say thank you for letting me join all those wonderful athletes that you have in your Hall of Fame. Have a nice evening.
You guys are good to go.
This is our 19th year doing this. We've got several firsts tonight. Amazing. Thank you. As many of you know, this year marks the 50th anniversary of the passing of Title IX, federal legislation which enabled girls and women to have the same opportunities in sports as boys and men. And to mark this occasion, we are proud to induct the first two women's teams in UTEP athletics history into the UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame. Let's watch the video.
This year marks the 50th anniversary of the passing of Title IX, which enabled girls and women to have the same opportunities in sports as boys and men. To mark this momentous occasion, UTEP Athletics is proud to induct the first women's teams in school history into the UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame. Both teams were composed of players primarily from El Paso with unknown scholarship. Both teams had uniforms, but the players had to provide their own shoes. Neither team had a great deal of size. The tallest player on the women's basketball team was 5'9".
Before we introduce the outstanding women from these teams, we would like to acknowledge two gentlemen who helped lay the groundwork for the establishment of these historic programs. Please give a round of applause to former Director of Athletics at UTEP, Mr. Jim Bowden Sr., and Mr. Don Lewis. Now, let's introduce the members of the 1974 UTEP women's volleyball team. First not in attendance tonight, she was a staunch defender, Linda Bagby Gomez. Her nickname was Boomer. Please give a round of applause to the late Barbara Grimby. And joining us here this evening, please stand as we acknowledge your name. She was a solid defensive specialist and phenomenal in the back row, Lisa Allert Phelps. She could do a little bit of everything on the volleyball court, Kathy Dickinson. A solid all-around player who could play any position, Gloria Estrada. She was hardworking, perseverant, and an excellent athlete, Linda Gwynn Carter. She controlled the nets and was an amazing blocker, Zabora Hammett-Wills. She played with passion and brought contagious enthusiasm to the squad, Rosalia Lali Marquez Chavez. She was a great team leader and setter, Sylvia Montano. A great hitter on the right side and tough to defend, Lily Ponigari. Ladies, thank you. We would like to invite now the head coach of the 1974 UTEP volleyball team, Kevin Sherlin. Kevin, come on up and say a few words.
Thank you, good evening. A special group of women got together in the auxiliary gym behind Memorial Gym in the fall of 1974. They were there for the opportunity to pursue their dream to play intercollegiate volleyball. It was only the first year that UTEP had made the decision to pursue women's intercollegiate athletics. And so these groundbreaking women wanted to be part of that first team. And so they were all very thankful for that opportunity, because for some of them when they started school, they didn't expect that opportunity to exist. So again, as you might expect, for an inaugural season, it was not without its bumps. But through some hard work from Dodson Lewis, who's the intramural director, Carol Ammerman, and Bob Jeske, we had a 16-match schedule, so off we went to play volleyball. And as we encountered bumps along the road, these amazing women made the choice that it was going to be about volleyball and not about the bumps. And so what they did is they stayed true to what they wanted to do, which was to play a game they loved and in which they excelled. And so with their efforts, there will always be peace and part of the fabric of volleyball at UTEP. Because when you're the first, you will always be the first. So on behalf of the 1974 volleyball team, I would like to thank President Wilson and UTEP, Athletic Director Center in the Athletic Department, with special thanks to Jeff Darby and Guinevere Gomez and the Minor Athletic Club for this wonderful honor for these well-deserving women who broke ground in volleyball in 1974. And what makes this celebration even more special is that it's a piece and part of the broader celebration of 50 years of Title IX. I would say there's not a person in this room whose family hasn't been positively affected by the passage of that landmark bill in 1972. So again, we're grateful for this honor, and we appreciate everyone being here to help us celebrate what was a wonderful season back in 1974. Thank you.
Kevin, thank you. We are so delighted to have you and all of the ladies here tonight. Now, let's introduce the members of the 1974-75 UTEP women's basketball team. Please stand as your name is acknowledged. First not in attendance tonight, she provided instant offense for the Miners with a picture-perfect jump shot, Linda Bagney Gomez. She was a tireless worker and relentless rebounder, Sibby Bailey. She was the ultimate practice player who made her teammates better, Sherry Crane. A post player with a relentless attitude, Cindy Jackson. A phenomenal outside shooter, and she also provided the photos for tonight's video, Judy Marsh. Her nickname was Rabbits because she was seemingly everywhere on the floor, Rosa Rodriguez. Jack of all trades who provided anything the team needed to win. Please give a round of applause for the late Terry Anderson. And those that are with us here this evening, a ball-handling wizard who earned the nickname Lady Magic because of her no-look passes, Shirley Acosta. Here from Dallas with her husband Art, her brothers and family, the floor general, Linda Gwynn Carter. A strong rebounder with a deadly turnaround jump shot, Lily Ponipari. A tremendous athlete and team player who was always ready when called upon, Leanne Rochelle Beck. Another dynamic athlete with amazing quickness and jumping ability, Emma Barry Barksdale. From Colorado, she was cool under pressure and a deadly shooter from 15 feet, Angie Sierra Sanders. A coach on the floor and a dangerous corner shooter, Sylvia Montano. A gym rat who could play inside or outs and possess tremendous post moves, Kathy Dickinson. She provided the hustle, going after loose balls and rebounds with a vengeance, Lupe Garcia. a 2013 inductee into the UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame, a member of the UTEP Women's Basketball Centennial Team, and also a legendary high school volleyball coach in the Sun City, Gloria Estrada. And an assistant coach during the 1974-75 season, an El Paso legend, and the man who was so instrumental in helping us honor this historic team tonight, Wayne Thornton. The coach of the 1974-75 first ever UTEP women's basketball team is also here tonight. Carol Ammerman, we're delighted you're here. Would you please come join us to make some comments?
Good evening. Thank you all for coming tonight to help us celebrate this momentous occasion. I am so honored to be a part of that team, and thank you for letting me speak for that team tonight. It's, at the time, none of us thought we were making history. We were playing ball because we loved the sport and we wanted to participate. Title IX gave us those opportunities, and that's what really made the difference. There are so many people that we need to thank that helped to make that come true. I have a huge list, so are you ready? I need glasses. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Heather Wilson, and it was an honor to meet you last night. Thank you so much. The university president was so gracious. It was just really nice. A huge thank you to everyone who helped put on this event. I know that the athletic director, Jim Center, Jeff Darby, Julie Levesque, along with, I'm so nervous I can't get over this. Genevieve Gomez, who was behind the scenes organizing the banquet, and I understand that she also helped to provide the tickets or get them sent out to the football game last night where we beat Boise State. Congratulations. Additionally, I'd like to congratulate all of this year's inductees. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the fact that Athletic Director Jim Bowden gave me the opportunity. I was a 22-year-old graduate student who didn't have a clue. And without him taking a chance on me, I wouldn't be here today. In addition to that, the UTEP men's basketball team really did embrace us. Don Haskins could not have been nicer. And all of his assistants, Gene Iva, Ken DeWeese, Andy Russo, Tim Floyd, they were all there and they all helped. And I can't forget the trainers, Ross Moore, Don Smelser, David Binder. They all, without them, this wouldn't have been possible. We could never have done it. So we really want to thank them. Prior to the adoption of Title IX, Dotson Lewis and Bob Jeske ran the girls' intramural program here. Their decision to have Don Lewis and Wayne Thornton really benefited me, I cannot tell you. They got the girls together to start with in that intramural program and did a fabulous job. So I need to thank both of them very, very much. And of course, this wouldn't be possible had it not been the women just introduced. Their decision to pursue sports, coupled with expanded opportunities that Title IX provided, has paved the path for numerous aspiring girls and women today. High school students come to our universities from all kinds of homes, literacy, and experiences. Women's athletics invariably strengthens their weaknesses and complements their strengths as they mature to become successful adults beyond the scope of sports. All of this is uniquely possible as a result of the collaborative team-building experience of participating in college athletics. I know that I have multiple people in my life that made everything possible. Unfortunately, all of these people are deceased right now, but I need to thank my parents, Tom and Jean Ammerman. My high school basketball coach, Burl Plunkett, who was determined to make me a basketball player, whether I wanted to be one or not. Harley Redden, my coach at Wayland Baptist College, and Dr. Bert Lyle from Texas Women's University. Without their encouragement, teachings, and wise counsel, I would not have been in the right place at the right time. Unbeknownst to many of you, women have played basketball since 1892, the year after James Naismith invented the game. Now, I have to tell you, it was a tad different than what we did. It started with 3 sections on the court and 6 people. Well, that was great. The women were in corsets and long skirts. And it was scandalous. They had women posted at doors and windows to make sure that the men could not watch. Things have changed. So today we play 5-on-5, but unbeknownst to many of you, when most of the team that came here tonight played, they played in high school, if they played at all, and they played 3-on-3. There were forwards and there were guards, and you did not cross the center line because that was too strenuous for women to do. They could not run the entire length of the court. I proved that wrong when they were running sprints. They could get all the way to the end. Anyway, the half-court game started actually in 1938, and then in 1971 was when we went to 5-on-5. And if you have not seen the national championships or any women's basketball games, you need to watch them. They are terrific. They are just amazing to watch. So I have a quote from one of my very favorite speeches that was given by Theodore Roosevelt, and if you will indulge me. It is from his Man in the Arena speech, and it goes, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is not effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deed, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never rest with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." End of quote. In closing, I'd like to again thank my assistant coach, Wayne Thornton. I've never seen a person so unruffled. And especially for all the women who played for me. I'm sure sometimes they thought, what is she thinking? However, they were doing what they loved, striving to excel. They played ball with no thought of making history. But you never know when you might be doing that very thing. So go out, do your best no matter the circumstances, because you never know what your future will hold. Thank you.
Ladies, I know that you never received your official varsity letter. You're going to get this letter tonight. Aren't you thrilled? Nah. We got better than that. Wait till you see what's in store for you. As I call your name, please join us. Shirley Acosta. It's a leather jacket. No stinking letter tonight. Are you kidding me? Lisa Allard Phelps. Emma Barry Barksdale. Kathy Dickinson.
No, you're good. You don't have to do it.
Gloria Estrada. Lupe Garcia. Linda Gwynn Carter. Deborah Himmett Wills. Rosalia Marquez. Marquez Chavez. Silvia Montaño. Lily Honigbar. Leanne Michelle Beck. Angie Sierra Sanders. Volleyball coach Kevin Sherlin. Basketball coach Carol Ammerman. And assistant basketball coach Wayne Thornton. Would you all please remain where you are, modeling those beautiful jackets? We're going to take some photos in just a minute, okay? As soon as I get through with this. This concludes our program tonight. Again, congratulations to the 2022 UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame inductees. I hope everyone has enjoyed the special night as much as I have. And on behalf of UTEP Athletics, we want to thank you all for being here with us this evening. For the 2023 induction class and many others to come, the nomination process is open to everyone. To access a nomination application, you may contact UTEP Athletics or you can go online to our website, utepminers.com. Special thank you again to UTEP Athletics Hall of Fame Committee, the Minor Athletic Club, Genevieve Gomez. Genevieve, thank you for all your good work, and the Minor Vision Productions for putting together tonight's video. For the rest of the Hall of Fame inductees, join our women's basketball and volleyball teams. Time to take some photos. Thank you for being with us again here tonight and participating in this special evening. Be safe on your way home. Go Miners.